I'm going to be doing a settings video today. It has been a year.
Over a whole year since we've done an updated settings video. You guys have been asking settings video. But we're gonna go pretty in depth this time. We're gonna show you some things in game and how they make a big difference and why we use them. And then we're also gonna show you Vanguard settings as well too. So buckle in, sit tight. I hope you guys enjoy and I hope you guys utilize our settings and I hope it helps you play better. So Rogan plays on controller. He plays on tactical. I recommend tactical flip, which is where the top button will be the trigger and the bottom button will be grenade. I strongly recommend going tactical flip if you don't have mouse click triggers. Like Rogan uses regular tactical because he has mouse click triggers, which make a big difference as far as your shoot time. Your dead zone has to do with like stick drift. So if you have an older controller and you feel like sometimes it slowly moves by itself, then you might need to adjust the dead zone. You want the dead zone as close to 0 as possible. 0.05 is a really good starting point. If you have it at that and you notice there's no stick drift, you're good. But the closer to 0 you could get, the better. Rogan's been playing on 6 and 6 for a long time. He bumped up to 7 and 7. When he's sniping and trick shotting and stuff like that, you go up to like 13 and 13. But this one right here is huge. So before, if you go back to our old video from a year ago, he was on 1.0 and 1.0. After talking to some people, you know, some of the big and high-end pro Warzone players, they definitely reduced this to 0.5. Your aim down sights makes you more accurate as you're trying to track somebody. Aim response curve, standard, controller vibration, disable that. I always want to have that disabled. There's really no reason to have it. Aim assist standard, disabled, weapon mount, movement exit enabled. Aim down sight behavior is hold, steady aim behavior, hold, equipment behavior, hold, use and reload behavior. Contextual tap. I think Swag did a video about this a long time ago. Rogan's been using contextual tap for over a year now. It's definitely the way of doing it. Ammo weapon switch enabled. Slide behaviors tap. Gotta have this on tap. Do not have this on hold or else your slide cancels will be a hot mess. Auto move forward disabled. Automatic sprint set to automatic tactical sprint. A lot of people are always wondering, how does Rogan move so fast? How does he move so fast? The same way all the other pros move real fast. Automatic tactical sprint. Slide behavior is set as tap. That's about it as far as like how to move fast. Those are the big controller settings. Graphics, full screen. I always have it on full screen. Right now we're on full screen borderless because I'm going back and forth between like Streamlabs and stuff like that. But full screen, definitely.
When you're in game, right?
It mess everything up.
Yeah.
And also if you're on borderless, you'll notice that you're not really getting the full frames per second. It definitely seems glitchy. Like you could tell big time if you're not on full screen. Render resolution, we keep it at 100. We could go higher if we wanted to because our monitors and our computers allow it, but we do a lot of streaming and recording and we really like having as many frames per second as possible, so we keep it at 100. We keep it at 1920 by 1080. Custom frame rate on custom, and here's why. So you need to know how many frames per second your monitor is capable of. See how we have it set at 240 hertz? That's because our monitors can handle up to 240 hertz, right? So you don't want to have it higher and you're making your graphics card work more and your monitor can't even support it or whatever. Same thing in like the menu. Like there's no reason to have your menus frame rates at 240. Like disable the NVIDIA highlights. Display gamma. If you're using a gaming monitor, you want to have it set on the 2.2 sRGB. If you're using a TV, you want to have it on the 2.4 1886. We're on monitors, so we keep it on the 2.2. It actually tells you up here. Texture resolution low, particle quality low. We have a lot of stuff low for a reason, and that reason is we want as many frames per second as possible. The more frames per second you have, faster you're going to be able to react to things going on in the game. And we all know Warzone is a crazy fast-paced game, so the more frames per second, the better. If you were just doing like campaign and you wanted to like get all of the graphics, and yeah, sure, go ahead and crank it up, but recommend definitely keeping it on low. Shadow map resolutions low. Disabled ray tracing. NVIDIA DLSS, something new that NVIDIA graphics card came out with, but for now not working really well. We disable it. Filmic strength 0. World motion blur disabled. Depth of field disabled. Weapon motion blur disabled. These are all very important stuff. Depth of field, disable it as well. Film grain, turn it all the way down, and that's really about it as far as the graphics go. But I'm gonna show you guys something really big here. All right, so field of view, it's huge. It really helps your peripherals where you can see wider. Field of view being all the way up to 120 just makes the whole gameplay feel and seem a lot faster. It's actually a lot more enjoyable.
Go to 0.
Oh my gosh. He just moves so slow, huh? In Vanguard, you'll see, we'll talk about it when we get into Vanguard, but multiplayer in Vanguard, it's okay to have it reduced down to like 110. Something else under field of view that I want to show you that really makes a huge difference when it comes to managing your recoil. People are like, how does he control his recoil? Well, here's how. Pay attention to the recoil right here. See how it's pretty much staying at the middle of that door the whole time, right? That's what it looks like. The secret is under field of view, there's an advanced setting. So you have independent, which is probably what a lot of you guys are on and you didn't even know there's a difference, but you want to be on affected. Definitely want to be on affected. But let's go to independent. Now try this. What it does is it makes it to where you can control the recoil a lot more. So for like your ARs, your SMGs, it makes a huge difference to be able to control the recoil. So I strongly recommend being on affected. You're gonna thank me later, I promise you that. Recently, Rogan started playing on a different colorblind setting. So we play with a guy named AA and his colors always look crazy in the game. And we thought it was like the NVIDIA graphics card color filter overlays, but it's actually the colorblind settings in the game. It's Tritanopia, I think that's how you say that. I'm not sure, sorry if I got that wrong, but go to the last ones. And it just kind of brightens everything up. It doesn't affect your frames per second versus like if you did the graphics card filter overlays. But after you turn that on, make sure that your colorblind target is on both, or you could do it on just world if you don't want it to change like how your mini map and everything looks. If you have it on the interface, then it's not going to change the world. It's just going to change like how the mini map and your gun in the bottom right look. Mini map shape, turn this to square. It gives you a lot more room to look at. If you look at the circle, it really cuts the map off and makes it smaller, and you want to have the mini map rotation enabled. So as a parent, and if there's any other parents out there watching this, try to help their kids. Here's the biggest things that I do to protect Rogan. Kid's only 7. He is playing an M-rated game with his dad, but at the same time, we also do further things to protect him even more. We have the text chat off, so that way people can't text random things to him. Text chat disabled. Profanity filter is enabled. Dismemberment
and gore effects.
Dismemberment and gore effects. The excess blood, I disable it. In every Call of Duty, there's always this setting right here. I turn the gory effects off. And then also, the third thing that I do to protect Rogan, you know how toxic lobbies could be? Voice chat, I have it mute everyone except party. So he only hears me and whoever else we're playing with. He doesn't hear all you randoms out there. Open mic recording threshold. If you have noise and stuff going on in the background, or if you have a TV, or if you have a loud keyboard, if I'm to set it really high, the mic won't open until you get really, really, really loud. Those are updated Modern Warfare / Warzone settings. And now what I want to do is I want to go into Vanguard and show you guys a little secret, if you don't already know, about how to get your settings over there really easily. And then we'll also kind of go over the Vanguard settings and see where it goes. Welcome back. So now we're in Vanguard. We're in Vanguard multiplayer. So if you guys have your Warzone settings right, or your Modern Warfare settings correct, this is all you got to do. You don't have to go through and reset all your settings. You go to settings, go over to account and overview. And what does this say right here?
Important settings?
Import settings. Import settings. Import from, no, we don't want to bring Cold War settings. We want to bring Warzone settings. We want to bring our Warzone settings into Vanguard, because Vanguard and Warzone movement is like almost identical. The gameplay is a lot alike.
And
so you want to bring.
You should practice on your B-hops.
Oh, dude, B-hops in Vanguard are OP. For sure. Import settings. Okay, so we just imported settings. I'm sure on the controller settings, yes, it's on high and high. So we're good here on the controller settings. It didn't change the graphics settings, but it definitely brought in the controller settings. So let's go ahead and let's go back to everything that we had. Low, 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 low. Bullet impact sprays on. We like those on. Shader qualities. Low, off,
long,
level details, low, low, cluster draw distance. You just want everything on low. Particle lighting. I leave this one on medium because when you go too low on this one, it just makes like the fire details, like the crackling, it just looks way too pixelated. Same thing with the DLSS, turn that off. Depth of field, off play. All this is gonna be custom. Field of view, 120. Oh, see? Affected. Maybe now you could drop 100 bombs. That's pretty much about it. Hope you guys liked the video. I hope this helped. Sorry it's taken us so long to do an updated settings video, but at least we were able to do it for Warzone.
Like, share, comment, and ring the bell. See you later. Peace.
See ya.